Biafra defense has been very, very strong. We get has done tremendously very well, and I will invite the Minister of Defense have his 2 minutes briefing the cabinet. Thank you. Defense, you meet yourself. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, PM. So, Biafrans, so I greet all the cabinet members present. Just like the PM just said, the defense of Biafra land is very strong. Our men are very motivated. They know that what they're doing is that they're fighting for their freedom as well. So we are fighting for freedom. So our people are doing very well, and we're supporting them. So that's very, very important. I will thank all the federal government administrators, how they are also lending hands to support our men on ground by providing some needed supplies when there's need for that. So that's why I don't want to go really deep into it because we're making very our men like our Dragon Fighter Marines and our Black Marines, in the peninsula. They're doing very well. We have some incidents, but we're still controlling the Abana. This regional headquarters in Abana. We're still controlling it partially, but we're fighting there. We're defending the area as well. And also on all departments, all the command fronts on the Biafra land, in the mainland, we're doing very well. No, we have some challenges in Imo State, of course, but it's nothing that we cannot handle. So our men, our gallant men are doing everything and they're winning. So we are winning. Biafrans are winning. So just to keep it there, all we need is support, more financial support, for thank you, PM. Let's leave it there.
Thank you very much. Defense Minister, for that update. And of course, we have years ago came that he was arrested in Norway, and of course, on that regard, we have been able, governing council to know exactly what is happening and what is going on. And of course, at this point, the information is still very limited, the information we are getting, but it is one of the things that everybody should understand, that it is normal in a struggle like this. You have ups and downs, and you very resilient and continue to push. And at the end of the day, the end will justify the means. So I will invite the Director General of the Foreign Affairs Department or Ministry of the Biafra, what we have gathered so far between the Ambazonians Alliance. Professor Joy Irobi, over to you. You have 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, dear friends. So to go straight, so we I had a meeting with the Ambazonia team, and it was not well, they were a little bit unsure, and of course it's very understandable. A lot of things are ongoing, but it's kind of kept quiet. So what is important is that they wanted us Biafrans to speak strongly and condemn what is ongoing. And that's what we're also doing, using the social media to really speak strongly against what is ongoing, and also basically looking at the relationship between the Cameroon BIA with Switzerland, and the tight relationship between Switzerland and Norway, it's all political pressure. So basically, everything is under control. So we are very close and at standby, waiting for the Ambazonia team to give us some update on what they want us to do. But it's very good that the whole of Biafrans are basically standing strong and really condemning what is ongoing. So it's I believe that this is an opportunity for Dr. Cho to actually showcase why it's very important for Ambazonians to be free. So it might look very terrible or very difficult, but without this challenge, we're not going to be free. So we see it actually as a positive thing, and this is going to end well. I want to stop here now. Thank you, PM.
Thank you very much, the Director of Foreign Affairs, the Biafra Republic of Nigeria, Professor Robi. And of course, on the update from the last Nnamdi Kanu, we expected that what transpired in the last court should have happened a long time ago for the judge to step down because she can't convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Also with what we actually foresaw, we encouraged the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra to make sure that he was not tried in the last court. And that actually what happened. So if you have listened to many analyses, they have said that you know, he was, you know, kind of making a lot of you know, he took the show by himself in the court and didn't allow the lawyers to continue because it is not proper that you can't try a crime on top of a crime. So he actually took advantage of that, and that led to the judge, you know, from resigning from the case, which is what she should have done a very, very long time ago. And so we are expecting that there's going to be a change in this whole process. But remember that we are not expecting him to get justice in Nigeria court. That is impossible. And that's what we have been stressing from the one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never get justice. You don't expect a government, there's a terrorist government that went as far as going to another country to kidnap somebody and to come and give that person a justice. It's not possible. So every reasonable person should know this. And I'm very, very happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understands this very well, and the message gets to him very, very well. Today, we are also getting information that the terrorist DSS did not allow the lawyers to visit him. It is also not a surprise to us. But one thing I would like to say here today to the lawyers who are still seeing him is that, you know, whenever I come to shout and cry like this, remember that there is something behind it. The problem Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have today is the ex-wife. She went to visit him, not because she want to do something. She want to know how he is doing. She want to know how healthy he is. She want to know everything surrounding him, how things are moving and how things are going. And she was very, very shocked that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sound, health, and healthy. So what did she do? She needed to come out and start causing confusion in order to escalate. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already getting himself somehow, he wants to cause more confusion. So the more the limit, although she's not going to go there again for a very long time, but the more the limit anything, communication or contact with the woman, the better for Kanu in Kenya. And a lot of people do not know what happened. There are a lot of information some of us have that many people who are shouting out there on social media do not have. And I am a prophet. is making some kind of revelation, which a lot of people are taking as a joke because of the kind of person he is. So a lot of people don't take what he's saying very seriously, but there are some things that he's saying that I personally know. And one of them is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu relocated to Kenya. He has made this thing public, and nobody is actually interested in digging deeper. The reason he said Mazi Nnamdi relocated, he did not say he went to Kenya, he relocated to Kenya. And I am not surprised. He was also making comment that say anybody, any woman that is hitting the husband. Have you people listened to the latest video of Master Prophet? You know, he is the person he is. He's not, you are not supposed to take everything he says very seriously, but there are some certain things that he's saying that some of us, somebody like me, I know very well that it is the truth. He was making a video the other day and say a woman that is hitting the husband is not supposed to, be a wife. A woman that is chasing the husband out of the house is not supposed to be a woman. A woman that is holding the man in the shed is not so. So all these things, what he was saying is actually what this woman did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their house. And he went further to say, because the woman feel that in Europe, a man cannot react, it means that this was what actually was going on in their house. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had to leave the house. So if a woman who have done all these things to the husband, you think that that woman will want the best of the husband? The answer is no. So I want everybody to understand that many things that we know that many people don't know, it is still going to be in the public. But listen to what this Master Prophet is saying lately, not like when he was carrying baby and looking for Simon Ekpa to kill, all those ones are, now everybody's brain is coming back because they have done, and now it is time for people to, say the things the way it is. So if she can do all these things to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which many people don't know, up to the extent of, chasing him out of the house. And during the time of Nelly, a lot of things, a lot of information we have, or we are just holding on, to know how things will go. So there are a lot of things that is happening. Of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in a position to make certain decisions because he doesn't know what is happening out there. So, but the lawyers now are the people I am talking to. And I know they're going to listen to this because everybody's waiting for this meeting. So I'm talking to the lawyers. The more they limit any access, any information, and let me also say it here. The only reason why she went to Abuja was because she's no longer getting information. Information is not coming from Ejimako. Information is not coming from the Maxwell. Information is not coming from the other Ejiofor, the other lawyer. So she was not getting information anymore, just like the criminals in the DOS. They're not getting information anymore. So she needed to go to see things herself, to know the condition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when she went there, she saw of which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cautioned her, warned her very well that if you attack Simon Ekpa, you'll be divorced openly. She came back and she ran mad. So what is happening now is that we don't need to, give credence to whatever that is happening. Biafra is not a family property. Anybody who is very competent and capable can fight for Biafra. That is what all of you who have gathered, sacrificed everything, your money, your time, your profession, and your everything you have, including your security, you put it into this struggle to see the kind of progress we have made today. Do not allow anybody to make you believe that the struggle for Biafra belongs to certain people. No. What we are doing today is we are giving our service, our promise. The promise I made to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that I'm not going to betray him. And as long as he have not betrayed Biafra, I will stand by him and for him till the end. That is my promise. And that promise is not just to him, that we are now globally that we are now in the US Congress, that we are now in Washington, D.C., we are now in the discussion of the American policymakers. What has never happened in the history of Biafra, including during the war. I want every one of you to understand that the progress we have made so far, we have not made, Biafra in the history have not made this progress, even during the Biafra war. So put that at the back of your mind. We are breaking the doors and the jinx that has held Biafra back for many decades. I remember all of you when I said that it is a step-by-step process. I told you that the time is coming when we are going to now focus on the diplomatic fight of Biafra liberation. That's where we are today. We have set every institution of the government. We have made sure that all mechanisms that we are supposed to have before we start going to the people to knock at the door of the people that will make Biafra to come and recognize Biafra, we have to put those mechanisms and everything in place. We have done that. We have achieved that. And so, which is the reason everybody is listening to us. When you want to go and they have to ask you, where is your map? What have you done? We have even gone as far as conducting self-referendum. The self-referendum have recorded success. It is not only that, we've been able to hold Nigeria in a very, very tight corner. For the past 3 years, the Biafra people have given vote of no confidence by every Monday sit at home to every representative of Nigeria in Biafra land. So we have been able to delegitimize Nigeria using multidimensional approach. So what I'm trying to say here is that do not let anybody Biafra for certain people. No, it is not. We are only here to make sure that the promise we made to our fellow human being and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that we did not break that promise. And we continue to stand on this promise till he comes out. And if he did not back down on Biafra, we will continue to stand on the promise. But the good news is that, like I said, he is going to be released in a very historic way. I want you to listen to what he said in the last court. He said the persecution of Ndigbo will end with him because he knows what is going on. He knows that the end has come. He knows that we are going to be the end of this whole thing. He knows freedom to our new generation, and that is where the whole persecution of Ndigbo ends. So if you understand that word very well, when I told you I am going to take word, I take word inside the heart of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That thing he said in court actually have, vindicated me, because it is in line with our thought. It is in line with everything we have said in this process of liberation. And of course, those who have been the criminals killing our people, he talked to them as well. You remember when our people were when they pushed our commanders, in helos, and they would drive them across Biafra land. This have killed babies, have killed that. You remember how they have killed our people? So he was talking to the criminals who were making kidnappings and killing our people. You know that there is the one they call Madubugo, who was the commander of ESN. That one is gallivanting in Abuja. He lives in government house. So that one was part of the kidnapping ring of Ifanye Jofo. He was into kidnapping. He kidnapped the commissioner of it. I called the man's name. It is on social, it is on media. Nigerian news reported it. They swore oath with this man, and they were collecting 30 million. I have called on this man to come out and deny what I'm saying, if it is a lie. They swore oath. They kidnapped this man, give him oath in the bush, and release him after collecting ransom. This Madubugo. And today, with my exposition, maybe the man may have gotten his freedom of paying them 10 million every time. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped newly in 2021, this man was the one sponsoring them, sponsoring the J4, going to in Abuja, just for formality. Every time that is caught, this man will give them 10 million, Madubugo. Madubugo will take cash and go to Abuja and give a job for 3 million. I have every information. So now, this man, I have challenged Soludo. Your commissioner was kidnapped. Can he come to tell Biafrans or Nigerians who believe in Nigeria, who kidnapped him, who gave him oath? I already told him that oath they gave you will never do anything to you. And of course, which I believe you have realized by now, because I don't believe he's still paying them after the exposition. So now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking to people kidnapping people in Biafra land. He's talking to them. Today, ask yourself, why is that Madubugo, who was this ESN commander, is no longer going to the court to kiss Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? That is the question that everybody should be asking. They were the one who goes to the court to kiss Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why is he no longer going to the court? He was talking to those criminals. But you know what they do? They say, oh, he was talking to Simon Ekpa. What is Simon Ekpa a kidnapper? I am fighting Nigeria government, Nigeria terrorist government, fighting the army who comes to kill our people, who killed the IPOB even when I was not in Biafra struggle. These are the people that our guns are against. And they know that very well. But because they have collected money thinking that will stop me, and they have not stopped me for the past 3 years. And here we are, surging ahead into the declaration of the independent state of Biafra, declaration and restoration of independence of that Biafra, and all of them are running mad. So my people in the cabinet, I want every one of you to just beat your chest, shake yourself, clap for yourself, because you have done something nobody else have done in Biafra struggle. You have made a history that nobody else has made. Today, because of you, we have scattered the entire United States Congress, and everybody is now posing with Biafra Charter. They now come to understand what is Biafra. They are interested in to embrace our convention in Finland, and that is going to be another history from this 29th of November. To you, no matter the propaganda on social media, it is going to increase. Do not let them distract you. Be focused and focused and focused. Thank you very much. And what we are doing today is to, make the government more stronger. Like the COS say, consolidate. I think I like that word, consolidate what we have. Is a very important one. We don't need to, expanding our tent is a very good one, but we will focus more on consolidating what we have already after going. So today we are going to be moving a motion for the establishment of the Biafra. I'm moving a motion for the establishment of the Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. First, I think the motion should be the establishment of the Biafra Regulatory Authority. Biafra Regulatory Authority. Then after that, we go into the establishment of the Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. So I'm the European rep. We are going to go into voting for the establishment of the Biafra Regulatory Authority, Act 0 number 9, 2024, the act to establish the Biafra Regulatory Authority. This authority will be responsible for issuance of license to every business operating in Biafra land.
Yeah, PM is Biafra Communication Regulatory Authority.
Biafra Communication Regulatory Authority, all right.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But here it is Biafra Broadcasting Corporation.
Which is under the Biafra Communication Regulatory, yeah.
The link to vote will be posted to the government platform. Every one of you should go there, sign in, register your vote, and let's keep it rolling. Thank you.
Thank you, PM.
European rep, have you posted the voting link?
Oh, yes. Cannot see anything.
So you have it now.
I see it. Thank you.
While that is going on, Uche, create another voting link
Okay.
for every cabinet member. So which is the name? Biafra. This establishment of this different department and other start December convention to make sure we meet every requirement in accordance with international law. And that's exactly what we're doing. Pursuing this our freedom through multidimensional approach, political approach, diplomatic approach, and of course, the armed struggle approach, which is the self-defense of the Biafra land. So the form is already posted to the group. Everybody should go and vote. The voting is the adoption of the title Honorable Member for all cabinet members, Article 10 of 2024, and hereby put it to vote. So if you want to support this motion, for the title of Honorable Professor this, we have to adopt this particular Honorable Roby, Honorable Watcher, and so on, and Honorable Adonowu, and so on and so forth. Go and hit the link and give us your support. Thank you.
Is this a new link?
And also, the European rep, can you put on the screen? As that is happening, you create a link for
Briggy Telegram. And we believe everybody here is in Briggy Telegram. Thank you.
No, I'm not in the forum.
Sorry, who's talking?
Who's talking?
Who?
Sorry.
I can't do that.
okay, if I authorize,
Okay.
Okay. Everyone.
Thank you.
I move a motion.
Thank you.
I move a motion for the establishment of the Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. It has become very imperative at this point, at this juncture, when the declaration for the restoration of independence of Biafra is approaching. And of course, with the wave that the Biafra government in exile has made globally, especially in the United States, in Washington, D.C., in the Congress and beyond, it has become imperative for the Biafra government to activate and establish the Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. And we already have the standby media that have volunteered to work and for only the liberation and the recognition of the Biafra government. So on this note, today we move this motion for the establishment of Biafra Broadcasting Corporation, after which the license to broadcast for Biafra will be issued to this media house. And then we will wait for how the paradigm will shift going forward in the media. I hereby, open the floor for discussion, comment on this, and then we go to vote. The establishment of the Biafra Broadcasting Corporation, Article 12 of 2024. The floor is open for just 2-3 minutes of comment.
Sorry, PM.
Yes.
I think that should be Article 11.
11.
Because we just had 10.
11. Oh, sorry, 11. Article
11.
Correction. Thank you for correction. Article 11 of 2024. Olobona, over to you.
Oh, PM, I had raised my hand way before this time. I raised my hand when we were voting for the title of honorable members. I wanted to know if we could just uniform the departments instead of some calling it ministry, some department. Can we just have a uniform title for the departments?
No.
Either we call it ministry or we call it department. Is that possible?
No, there are differences between the ministry and department. Departments are under ministry. So when you are addressing a certain department under ministry, you don't address them as ministry, you address them as department.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will continue until after December. Maybe from December, things will change.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other comment?
Yes, PM. Maybe it's not relevant. I was thinking BBC, I mean, Biafra Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, and then we will be also BBC. Can we twist it a little bit so that we're not exactly like BBC? I mean, if maybe it's not important, but it's just.
Well, yeah, that's a very good observation. So what do you think we should twist it to?
United States of Biafra?
No, Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation.
Biafra National. Oh yeah, okay, that's his name.
All right, that sounds good. Any other suggestion?
But BBC was BBC London. This is BBC Biafra. So I don't see anything.
Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. BBC.
There's going to be a mix-up.
Okay.
If we said BBC.
So
Biafra.
any other? I don't know. We are shaking your hand. What is it?
BNBC.
Omit yourself. Omit yourself.
PM, can I come in, sir?
USBBC.
Okay, I don't know.
One after the other, please.
This is, I don't know.
There we go.
We do not want anything BBC that will remind us of Britain for all they have done to us. Yes. BNC or BABC, Biafra or BIB, but not BBC.
Noted. All right, Nana, Dr. Nana. Unmute yourself.
Yes, my Prime Minister. Good evening. Yes, I'm in line with what I don't know who said. Let us adopt the name Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation so that we have a clear difference from the BBC.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Lewane.
We can also, sorry.
Please, nobody should talk when you are not asked to talk. Ugochi, go ahead.
My suggestion is, I don't know, it doesn't matter if the name is long. What of United States of Biafra Broadcasting Corporation?
National Broadcasting.
United States of Biafra Broadcasting Corporation.
National
United States. Let's just use our full name. United States of Biafra, then add whatever we need to add.
Broadcasting. National Biafra.
All right, thank you.
NBB.
Your suggestion is noted.
National Biafra.
James, unmute yourself.
Good evening, PM, sir.
Good evening.
BBC, for me, BBC should stand. At least that should be a conversation. When people go to Google or anywhere to Google, they'll find out that there's BBC Biafra. and the BBC London or whatever they call themselves. So whatever threat Britain have given to us shouldn't be a yardstick for us to cover out. So when people go there, they also search, they see that there's BBC Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Ngozi, unmute yourself.
Thank you, my PM. I think I support the Biafran National Corporation.
Yes,
we
that's
don't
what I have.
to do anything with BBC, connecting with it.
BMBC.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right.
Asai.
Asai.
Asai, unmute.
Asai, unmute. And COS, can you take it from here, please?
Ask
yes.
If Voice of Biafra will be nice. What do you think, sir?
Thank you. Benjamin.
Yeah.
Is Voice of Biafra
Honorable Chief of Staff, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was suggesting if Voice of Biafra will be okay, or
oh, we heard you. We got it. We got it. Thank you. Next person, okay. Benjamin, go ahead.
Honorable PM, members of the cabinet, PNBC is beautiful.
All right, thank you. Benny, go ahead.
Okay, I would suggest that we use Biafra Broadcasting Agency because it's an agency that regulates the broadcasting services in Biafra. So
thank you.
PBA.
Thank you. Joshua, go ahead. Onunaka.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I will suggest the name United States of Biafran Broadcasting Corporation, USBBC. USBBC.
To Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I wanted to suggest, oh, sorry. Yeah, let me, okay. Yeah, the US, that's a United State of Biafra, but BBC, I would want whatever we use at the beginning, let the BBC be there. It is let it be historical. So once we remember it, future generations will also say, oh, BBC, make the connection of the harm BBC did to Biafra.
So when would we?
So you suggested UNBC, right? United.
Yeah. USBBC.
All right, thank you. Nana, go ahead. Yourself, ma'am.
I having their own separate body, but still under BBA.
BBA, thank you. Pastor Steve, go ahead.
Thank
suggest we maintain the status quo. Radio Biafra and Voice of Biafra. Then we should define whether we have television, and then these two we have, what work are they going to do? International or local? Because where I live here in Germany, they have ARD and ZDF, and they have Deutsche Welle. So we must have a voice. Let us not quarrel about the names we are going to name our children. Let us have the children first. And the children we have already had, let us maintain the name, but we can now minimize calling some names, but Radio Biafra and Voice of Biafra, I think, left for me, we should maintain it and then define
What name do you want, please?
other things and other things international. Thank you.
What name do you suggest?
I suggest maintain
All right, the next person, please.
I don't if it's the mother for the two, then Biafra Broadcasting Corporation.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Benny, go ahead.
Then BBCO, not BBC.
BBCO with an O there.
Yes.
What does the O mean?
BBCO.
What does the O mean?
Cooperation, that last one with the O, so that we're not BBC. You can never be BBC.
Okay. So you say BBCO, right? To make it the BBCO.
Organization.
Please, we don't want anybody to stay more than 1 minute, please.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
There is no story
go
here.
ahead. Yeah, Benny, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. All protocols observed. I just want to emphasize a few things. We know, just as the PM has said, we're going to register international broadcasting services, and we don't want to appear a laughing stock in the eyes of those people. BBC is a known stock, it's a known name, and we'll have to watch if there is a copyright registration on BBC.
There should
Because
be.
if there's a copyright registration on BBC, then we're going to be sued for it. And then, of course, it will bring us to it will ridicule us before the world. So that's why I was saying BBA or anything that is distinct from other broadcasting corporations.
Cabinet meeting.
Thank you so much. Pastor Anya, so go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm a chairman.
I suggest somebody is speaking on the back.
Somebody's talking. You have to mute yourself when you are talking out, please.
Pastor Anya, so go ahead.
Okay, I suggest Voice of Biafra People's Corporation. Voice of Biafra People's Corporation.
Thank you so much. Voice of Biafra People's Corporation. All right, I think we got everybody. Oh, well, go ahead. Honorable Pechuku, go ahead.
On that note, we are moving a motion for the establishment of the Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation. I believe this was the majority of the opinion of the people. So, Uche, can you reflect, make the editor reflect this particular name on the voting for the establishment of the Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation, BNBC?
Yes.
And then post the link to vote for this
It's
on the platform, and everybody forward march to the platform and do your voting. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Chair, please correct that. Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation, you posted the wrong name. It's Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation. Please change the name you posted. Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation, that was approved.
It's correct.
And the spelling.
No, he put Biafra Broadcasting Corporation. That's not what, it's not correct. It's Biafra.
The spelling.
The spelling of corporation.
Has been corrected at number 11.
Send me the link, please.
24.
What's up?
PM, it sees what Uche posted said BBC. That is
No, it has been corrected.
No,
Just
it
click
has
on
been
it and you
corrected.
see.
Okay, did he post a new link? Let's see.
No, just click on the same link. On the same
Okay,
link.
great.
It has been corrected, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Biafra National. Okay. Thank you. Just correct the spelling of Corporation Act. Thank you so much, Uche.
Yes, Uche, please correct the
corporation is
corporation.
CORP, not COOR.
Yeah, of course, we are in a rush here.
Broadcasting, A
So
is missing.
it is
A is missing in broadcasting.
Can I have the link,
Broadcasting,
please? Can I have the
Broadcasting and
link?
corporation,
to correct the
And
this
O
thing,
is
please correct the
missing.
corporation, please.
the broadcasting as well.
Yes, broadcasting and corporation, both of them.
Honorable Mark, please send me the link again.
On WhatsApp, please.
Okay.
And please, those who have been who is now voting for with the corrected spelling, please should take a screenshot for us to post, because our own is with the wrong spelling. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Broadcasting. Uche, broadcasting. Please correct that. Broadcasting. CA. There's no CA. Broadcasting. And then spelling of corporation. Thank you.
The spelling is not okay.
Yeah, the broadcasting is still not okay.
Even the corporation there is no okay.
The corporation, both broadcasting and corporation. But I think he will correct it. Like, I think.
You left click and have the correction. Right click.
The cabinet meeting today at this point has over 6,800 Biafrans watching on our page alone. So, and within 1 hour of the live broadcast. So Biafrans are eager to know what the cabinet, government in exile, are discussing today.
It's good.
Before we
All right,
submit.
has the correction been made?
No.
If the correction has been made, then can we have it on the can we have it on the screen, please?
It has not been made.
It has.
It has?
Yes.
Okay. Is it on the Telegram now?
I don't know, we have not voted.
No, I haven't seen the corrected version.
Just click on it. It doesn't need to be called. Just click on the link and vote. You will see the listing there.
Okay.
Excuse me, PM, I've voted. I need to step out for a second. I'll be back.
All right.
Thank you.
I voted, but I can't find my name.
Maybe I voted, your name is there.
Yeah, I've seen it. Thank you.
Honorable Bishop, you want to make sure you get.
You see, I appreciate you.
Has everybody voted?
It's still showing 43. So
Excellent. Good evening, the PM. Good evening, cabinet members. I'm just coming in now. I'm not voting, but I'm just looking at the link to vote.
Yeah, this is the party. Please, can I get a link?
What?
Link.
The link
on
is
Telegram.
on the Telegram.
I'm not on it.
Please, I don't have the link to vote, please.
Who is that?
Judith.
Go to the Brigade Cabinet. You remember in Brigade Cabinet?
I mean, my
I sent it to you.
It's having. I'm having problem with my Telegram.
I thought I sent it to you. Wait, let me send it.
Post it to WhatsApp.
It is directing me to Telegram.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait, no, click it. If you just click it, it will work. It's not supposed to direct you any other place. Oh, wait, oh, I copied it wrong.
Okay,
It's my
thank
fault.
you, because you have been sending me others. Thank you, sir.
I copied it.
Thank you.
Copied it wrong. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Okay, you can use it now.
I don't know if I voted or not. So I don't know what on my phone.
I can't find my name. Excuse me, I don't know if my vote is confirmed. I couldn't find my name.
Click there. If you click there, it will tell you you have voted, and that should be okay. Click on that again.
On the blue thing?
On the link, yes. And you will see what it will tell you.
Oh.
What did you say? I clicked on it. It said you have already responded. So if you see this, that means you have voted.
45, 46.
I just voted now.
All right, I think 46 is a pass mark. So you can stop sharing, please. $47. All right, congratulations to the Biafra people. This day, 27th day of September 2024, Biafra government has voted for the establishment of the Biafra National Broadcasting Corporation, BNBC. Congratulations, and with this development, we are going to have official media, which will be licensed by the regulatory authority or agency of Biafra. In a few days' time, we're going to brief Biafrans, update Biafrans on that development. Next on the line, thank you very much, honorable cabinet members, for this day that we have been able to establish these agencies and the department, especially on this media, which is very important in this celebration phase. On this note, we are moving to the next section of the cabinet meeting, which is going to be a closed door meeting. And in this closed door meeting, the media will be, the media will cut off the broadcasting, the live broadcast. Of course, it can be live, but please use something else to, to show to Biafrans who will be watching, and they should wait. If you are watching us live, please, you have to have patience and wait. We are going to have a closed door meeting. After that, we will be live again to brief you on the outcome of some of the things that we're going to discuss in the private. So please, yes.
PM, do you want? I think you wanted the U.S. Congress
Yes.
report from
Yes,
August, the South
thank
Korean
you.
report, the RAFO, and the coordination of Finland and PM's calendar to be open. We still have not done that.
Yes, please. It is going to come, please, after the closed door meeting, please.
Awesome.
So Biafrans will continue to wait and see what will come up after the closed door. So after the closed door meeting, we go to the update on the U.S. Congress and the South Korea and what have you. So please, the media should go off, put a jingle or something else, and let the viewers, continue to hang around. We are going to be joining them back.
There is
federal military government,
in the military, civil service, and the diplomatic corps.
And they win the war. Nnamdi win the war.
Dead. Other casualties in this exercise were one of Bello's wives and a loyal bodyguard who both tried to shield the premier from gunfire. In Lagos, Majors Emmanuel Ifeajuna, Humphrey Chukwuka, Don Okafor, and Ademoyega ran the show. Ifeajuna led the group of soldiers to Prime Minister Tafawa Balewa's house, where he was arrested. Although it was not in their original plan to kill the Prime Minister, Balewa was shot and killed when it became apparent that the coup had failed. Ifeajuna also carried out the killing of Lieutenant Colonel Abogo Lagima, who was the commander of the 4th Battalion in Ibadan. Lagima had been a guest at a hotel in Ikoyi when he was lured out of his hotel room to the lobby, where he was gunned down by the major. Lieutenant Colonel David Ejo, the commanding officer of a battalion in Enugu, had also been a guest at the party and a target for the coup plotters that night as well. But he narrowly escaped death by a last-minute change of hotel room from the one initially booked for him. On the night of the coup, a party was being held in honor of Brigadier Mai Malari. Some other senior officers in the army were in attendance. Lieutenant Colonel James Yakubu Pam was abducted in the presence of his wife and children and killed shortly after by Major Chris Anuforo. Major Anuforo was also responsible for the deaths of Lieutenant Colonel Arthur Chinyelu Unegbe, Colonel Kerr Mohammed, the premier of the Western region, Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola, had heard rumors of the coup before the day and tried to warn Sir Amadu Bello, but to no avail. He was at his home in Ibadan when the wife of his deputy, Chief Fani Kayode, who had already been arrested, called Akintola to warn him of the impending danger. Not long after, a group of soldiers led by Captain Emmanuel Nwobosi arrived at the premier's lodge. Immediately, Chief Akintola opened fire and defended himself. He was eventually killed by Captain Nwobosi and his men. Alive and well, Major General Johnson Umunnakwe Thomas Aguiyi-Ironsi. Ifeajuna's failure to eliminate General Aguiyi-Ironsi was a fatal blow to the coup. Ironsi and other senior officers had been at the party organized by Brigadier Mai Malari to show off his new teenage bride. After the party, by a fortuitous turn of events, Ironsi went on to attend another party while other officers returned to their homes and lodges. When Major Don Okafor and his team of mutineers reached Ironsi's home, he was nowhere to be found. Hours later, the GOC came home only to be informed of the ongoing plot to overthrow the government. He had been contacted by Elizabeth Palm and from the residence of the Prime Minister. Ironsi subdued the coup and became the only senior officer on the death list who survived the onslaught. When Nziogu discovered that the South had not been completed over by Ifeajuna, he made a radio broadcast declaring a state of martial law over the northern region of the country. By the end of the coup, about 22 lives had been brutally claimed. The civilians who had been killed included Prime Minister Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Premiers Amadou Bello and Samuel Ladoke Akintola, Finance Minister Festus Okotie Ebo, Ahmed Ben Musa. This was Amadou Bello's Senior Assistant Secretary for Security. Hafsatu Bello, Latifat Ademulegun, the pregnant wife of Brigadier Samuel Ademulegun, who was shot in bed with her husband, Zarumi, Amadou Bello's bodyguard, and Ahmed Pategi, the premier's driver. Military and police personnel include Brigadiers Samuel Ademulegun and Zakaria Meimalari, Colonels Ralph Shodeinde and Colonel Mohammed, Lieutenant Colonels Abogo Lagima, James Yakubu Pam and Author Chinyelu Unegbe, Sergeant Daramola Oyegoke, Lance Corporal Musa Nimzo, Police Constables Johanna Garkawa, Akpan Anduka, Hagai Lai and Philip Lewande. The President Nnamdi Azikiwe was abroad on medical leave at the time of the coup. While Azikiwe was away, was also spared in the onslaught. Shortly after the coup failed, the Rum cabinet of Tafawa Balewa tried to choose an acting prime minister in the person of Zana Bukar Dibkarima, but Orizu did not give any approval. However, after a meeting with Ironsi, Orizu announced at 11 p.m. on January 16, 1966, that the cabinet had handed over the reins of affairs to the military. The next day, Monday, January 17, 1966, General Aguiyi Ironsi officially took over the leadership of the country. He established a Supreme Military Council and thus began the first military regime in Nigeria. Nziogu also surrendered after negotiations with Ironsi after the latter had sent some delegates on a peace talk to Nziogu to elicit willful surrender. After agreeing with Ironsi's conditions, Nziogu surrendered and handed over the northern region 3 days after the coup before he was arrested and detained, contrary to the initial agreement. Other co-conspirators of the coup were also arrested, but they never appeared before a military tribunal for 6 months, and this singular act, considered unjust by the northern section of the Nigerian army, would pave the way for more devastating events. Of the Igbo language. So, what possessed a moralistic young man like Nziogu to assassinate the nation's most powerful northern politician in the dead of night? Nziogu's logic is chilling in its simplicity. To get rid of corrupt ministers, political parties, trade unions, and the entire clumsy apparatus of the federal system. What is certain is that Nziogu harbored anti-government sentiments for several years before January 1966. Colonel Ralph Shodeinde, Nziogu's boss at the Nigerian Military Training College, had previously reported the major to Army headquarters for allegedly disseminating anti-government messages to junior officers. According to Shodeinde's report, Nziogu was attempting to poison the minds of these junior officers against the government. Even though the coup had been largely termed an Igbo coup, it was foiled by Igbo officers. Interestingly, those who foiled the coup were Igbo senior officers: Major General Johnson Aguiyi Ironsi, Emeka Ojukwu, Conrad Chukwujimje Dibia Nwawo, Alexander Atamadiebo, and Major Afonso Keshi. As Brigade Major, Keshi informed Madibo of the coup. Madibo moved over to the brigade headquarters where Nziogu had taken over Ademulegun's seat and worked on Nziogu. Ojukwu, commanding officer 5th Battalion, stood his ground strategically and all worked with Ironsi to end the coup. Although he may have wanted to end the MPC government, Ojukwu was not willing to work with the majors. He was at the parade ground when a telegram arrived informing him of the coup. Armory keys to a relative in Kano for safekeeping. Ojukwu informed his friend Kano's emir, Alhaji Ado Bayero, of the event, and the two men rode in the same car through Kano's streets, making a radio appeal for calm in coordinated acts of solidarity. Brigadier Ademulegun, but he wasn't fooled and ignored the orders. When Nziogu came out fused, Captain Ude, one of Nziogu's aides, was dispatched to Kano, but was arrested on Ojuku's orders when he arrived. Brigaders Johnson Aguiyi Ronsi, Samuel Ademulegun, Baba Femi Ogundipe, and Zakaria Maimalari were the foremost senior officers of Nigerian origin before indigenous soldiers took control of the army. When it was announced that the British soldiers would soon leave the country, it became clear that the experienced trioka of Ironsi, Ademulegun, and Ogundipe were the prime candidates for the position of Grand Officer Commanding GOC of the Nigerian Army. Of the three brigaders, Aguiyi Ironsi was the most decorated. He was a tall, physically imposing man who appeared to be a soldier, but was easygoing and spoke in a slow, measured tone. Ironsi was regarded as the best soldier of his generation, capable of commanding a United Nations peacekeeping force in the Congo, which he did twice, the first African to do so. While in the Congo, Ironsi took the rank of Major General, but when he returned to Nigeria, he reverted to Brigadier. Brigadier Samuel Ademulegun was the most controversial of the brigaders. He was a disciplined officer. While he was recognized as a first-class soldier, he was unpopular in the army, particularly among junior officers. His open friendship with Sir Amadou Bello, the Saduna of Sokoto, earned him few military friends, and accepting a horse as a gift from the Saduna irritated many junior officers who ignored the fact that Ademulegun was not in a position to refuse gifts from the country's most powerful politician. Ademulegun ironically believed that his political connections would land him in the position of GOC. And as a result, when he did not get the job, he became envious of the new GOC and was not shy about pointing out the shortcomings of the man chosen ahead of him. Brigadier Zakaria Maimalari was a notoriously ferocious disciplinarian who would not tolerate insubordination. He demanded unqualified discipline from all his juniors. He was well liked in the army and was expected to become a future GOC. Major General Welby Everard, the departing British GOC, in recommending his successor, stated that Maimalari was younger, more junior to the others, and militarily immature. To Everard, Maimalari was never a serious consideration. Brigadier Babafemi Ogundipe had a more reserved personality than Brigaders Ademulegun and Maimalari. Unlike Ademulegun, he was well liked and respected within the army, both as a senior officer and as a man. He was also conspicuously unpolitical. Ogundipe was regarded by Everard as a very capable and efficient officer. The British GOC then recommended Brigadier Ogundipe as his successor, but it was without success. The Sir Tafawa Balewa-led federal government ignored the advice of its departing British GOC and gave the top job to Aguiyi Ironsi. The failure of the majors to arrest or kill Aguiyi Ironsi has led some to believe that he was involved in or was at the very least aware of the coup plot. Ironsi and other senior officers had become concerned about the possibility of a junior officer's coup in the weeks leading up to the coup. These concerns were relayed to the Prime Minister, who either ignored them or chose not to act in response. As a result, Aguiyi Ironsi was either in on the plot and an ally of the majors, or he was on the majors' hit list but managed to escape due to information provided by Igbo participants within the coup circle. However, Nziogo's interview in May 1967 may shed some truth. He had said in the interview with Dennis Ejindu that Aguiyi Ironsi was to have been shot, but that they were not ruthless enough. Thus, Ironsi and his loyalists were able to supplant them. If Ironsi was part of the coup plot, why would the majors plan to kill him? Ironsi's survival in January was due to luck rather than the knowledge of the coup plot. His survival was also in part to the major's tactical mistake in arresting or killing other senior officers before getting to Ironsi. He had been tipped off that something unusual was happening via a phone call from Elizabeth Palm, James Palm's wife, in the early stages of the coup. The uproar caused by the assassination of other officers alerted Ironsi to the coup, and he was able to rally troops who assisted him in putting down the coup. After the coup was put down, Ironsi met with the surviving members of Tafawa Balewa's federal cabinet, who reportedly handed over the reins of government to Ironsi, who then suspended several parts of the constitution. The new head of state then went on to ban all political parties and formed a new military government with a Supreme Military Council consisting.
Well, you're right. And I will also agree with you that we should look at them beyond emotion. The Fulani as a people may have come from the union between the Berbers and some remnants of down south of the Sudan, that area and so on, intermarriages and so on and so forth. But the truth of their history is that they never, ever built even a village. They are just a wandering people. They are just like the gypsies of Europe. That's who they are. They are gypsies. They are what Cyprian Ekwensi called Sokugo.
In the noble burning grass.
Yes, the Sokugos. And because they are stateless, they are townless, they are villageless, they've always roamed about in the bushes and so on and so forth.
So let's give them citizenship of states.
Yeah, but the way they grew, the way they emerged, in fact, giving them a state is anathema to what they consider to be their culture. They grew up with animals.
Culture is not constant.
I know that is the majority of them have resisted change.
Because we're not giving them education.
No, there were some of them who were educated, who had opportunities in the countries where they were, But they deliberately, those who emerged and they were educated, preferred having their majority still being underdogs so that they could continue to exploit them and use their state, the state of their being, to take advantage of the larger communities, which those who have now escaped from these bushes are now settled. I'll tell you what they're doing. I've just cited the case of Jubril Aminu. And Aminu Kanu, a Hausa man, fought this something to ground. He was, Aminu Kanu, God bless his soul, or said, look, let us rehabilitate these Fulanis. Let's give them a space. Let them be somewhere. But the thing is that those of them that emerged, like Sadaruno, like even Danfodio, not only will they not want to allow the larger communities among themselves to settle down, they would rather just be a minority. When they conquer a place, make themselves the emir of the place and allow their own members to still be roaming the forest. Because they were, those who didn't escape this forest life, they were brought up with cows. They think like cows. They, like somebody observed, they lived in the jungle with snakes, with cobras. So their thinking has never gone beyond that animal level. So when you see them carrying guns, when you see them raping and killing people, that is their mentality, that is the level of their reasoning, that's the level of their development, of their civilization.
But Chief, if this persists in a state where we have intelligence, is it not failure on our part not to have come up with countermeasures?
We ought to. We should have. That was why Awolowo wanted to be president of the whole of the country, so I could spread the kind of civilization he brought to the Western region, which Zik also brought to the Eastern region.
Which Ahmadu Bello tried to bring to the Northern region.
Which Ahmadu Bello tried to bring to the Northern region. But they resisted. Ahmadu Bello tried, but Ahmadu Bello still preferred the Fulani dictating the pace everywhere, even in the north, which was not the case in the south. When Awolowo brought Western education to the West, it did not discriminate between the Yoruba or the Edo or the Ijaw in Western region. Azikiwe or Okpara did not discriminate between the Igbo or the Kalabari or the Efik or the Anang. Or the Ijaw in the Eastern region at that time. Owners of such nationalities were brought under. And so they could not influence the global picture, even of the regions
of the north.
Because they didn't, exactly, now you're talking, they did not allow it.
Or the colonialists allowed it.
No, because to their own advantage. Because the colonialists realized that they could not take an Igbo man for granted. They could not take a Yoruba for granted. They could not take an Ijaw.
Nobody's going to lord it over anybody else. My ancestors never did. That is why we remain the only people not to conquer any other piece of territory. And nobody conquered us until the white man came and our temple fell in 1904.
Therefore, I want you to paint for me a picture of a Biafra. What type of Biafra do you want?
The type of Biafra I want is the Biafra of my ancestors, the land of the free, where people are allowed to pursue their daily endeavors without interference from any higher authority, where individual and collective autonomy of every component, ethnic, nationality within Biafra will be guaranteed, not just by law, but by virtue of our existence as dignified human beings. a Biafra that will be demilitarized, a Biafra that will be forward-looking, innovative, creative, run on clean, green energy, not reliant on gas or petrol. A Biafra where the police will not bear any arms. A Biafra where people can live and die and you will not see an armed soldier anywhere around you. A genuine republic, a land belonging to the people. We are going to cement this in the way we structure our society. A Biafra that will attract inward investment. A Biafra that will consider every necessity of life as being a human right. Not just in words, but in deed, where all men and women will be equal, regardless of their religion, their sex, their creed, their orientation. A Biafra that will maintain open borders to every black soul on the face of this very earth. I do admit that geographically, in terms of landmass, we may not be that huge. The Biafra will operate, or should I say, run an open door policy. Every black person on the face of this earth will be an honorary citizen of Biafra, as long as you're not tainted by terrorism. That is the type of Biafra we want to run. And I can assure you we are going to deliver it. We will deliver it. The Pan-Africanism that we talk about is going to start from Biafra, because mind you, I did not say that we're just going to have Biafra and then we shut up all the borders. No. What we want to do is to return to our organic political cultural arrangement. Should Biafrans wake up the next day to say, oh, we want to be the same country with Oduduwa, all well and good. Should Biafrans wake up and say, oh, we want to expand into Amazonia, all well and good. As long as you take the consent of the people with you, this nonsense that the Europeans did in Africa, we want to reverse it. That God Almighty heaven may look down and be very proud to say that at last, I have people who are after my heart, and that's what we intend to do with Biafra. Thank you very much.
So we go to Elias, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, PM. Go ahead, Elias, please, our lobbyist.
Thank you, my dear friend, Dr. Ngozi. It's wonderful to greet all of you, and I'm happy to greet you because of the history we have been making. I mean, look at the progress we have made in such a short period of time. We've met, especially this past month, with many top members of Congress, including meeting members of Congress on more than one occasion. I know many of you have seen the photos that we've had, but you should also know that these were not just photos. We've had substantive meetings with these members of Congress, sometimes for 1 hour, sometimes for 1 hour and a half. We've been educating these people extensively, most of whom were not aware or didn't have a nuanced understanding of the Biafra issue. Now they understand the Biafra issue. They want to do things to support us. We had 2 meetings with Speaker of the House of Representatives, and to encapsulate the importance of this, the Speaker of the House is the 3rd president, so not just one of the most powerful people in the United world. We met with the top people, not just people in Congress, but top people in Congress, chairman of committees, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Mike McCall, chairman of the Africa Subcommittee, John James. We even had a nice exchange with chairman of Judiciary, Jim Jordan, prominent personalities like Senator Ted Cruz. And so we've made enormous progress, and now we're going to be moving from the awareness stage, which we will be continuing because there are 535 members of Congress. And we've been very aggressive in terms of trying to close the information gap. In terms of the meetings we've been having, anyone we've educated has been very sympathetic and supportive to what we've been telling them. The only challenge that we have is the lack of knowledge about Biafra. But we're we're closing that gap very quickly. You know, there were days where Oge and I, or the finance minister and I, would have 3 meetings a day with, you know, 3 different members of Congress. So we're moving very aggressively to close that information gap. And this is really historic, the level in which we're having these meetings. I mean, you know, frankly, I'm not sure if the Tinubu could meet with some of the people we met with, frankly. I don't think so. I think we should be very proud of all of our ministers. You should be all very proud of yourselves. I mean, every day we're having so much success in DC. You know, I'm punching the zoo in the face every day, and I've been punching them so much now my hand's getting tired. I have to take a little bit of a break this weekend because we've, you know, put them on the defense. And we see this. We see this in very practical terms. The Nigerian government is so scared now that they're having their army, you know, reach out to Amnesty International, to ICC. You know, they're crying to these people because you know, they're totally freaked out by our meeting with the Speaker of the House and members of Congress, and we're going to get them more freaked out. You know, I'm telling you, when we continue, you know, we're going to see Tinubu go out there and he's going to start crying. I said this from the beginning, that I'm going to make sure that he starts begging for help. So we're going to continue to press them. We're going to continue, you know, to give Zoo blow on a daily basis with our successes here in Washington. And you know, there's some major things that we're doing behind the scenes. We've gotten commitments from members of Congress. I can't go into all the details, but commitments from members of Congress to press the Biafra issue, both with the executive branch and also international bodies like the United Nations. So you should be prepared in the coming months to see some major movement as a result of the engagements we're having. And I just want to say also that you know, the members of our government, we have an amazing team here. I mean, the Minister of Finance, you know, what a man of dedication. I mean, he's been, you know, having all these meetings with me, coming to DC, taking the time, sometimes for the full day. We have Dr. Ngozi, who, you know, we're working on a daily basis, right? You know, always having important phone calls. The Prime Minister, who's always working 24 hours a day. I don't even know if he is getting any sleep, you know. So, you know, we just have such an inspirational team that we have here. We're achieving a lot of very significant talking, not just Nigeria, but the world. And this will help us, you know, in terms of getting that momentum when we hit December 2nd and beyond December 2nd. And so I think we should all be very excited, but we're not going to take a break or rest in our laurels. You know, we've had these great achievements this past month, but we're going to continue to ramp it up, continue to give very deep blows, to continue to see them panic. You're going to continue to see them do more and more desperate things. And, you know, we're not going to stop until victory is achieved, as I said in the beginning of this journey. So thank you again. You know, I always believed that we would make a lot of progress, but even I have been pleasantly surprised about how quickly the progress has come here in Washington. So this has been, you know, a fantastic journey. I encourage all of you to follow our activities. Many of these meetings we're posting things unlike previously in a fully transparent democratic process. We're not hiding anything. The people we're meeting with, we're posting photos. We're also posting videos too, because some of our enemies from the zoo, you know, they were, you know, complaining that, oh, these photos are photoshopped. So now we're also showing brief videos of these meetings. So, you know, they can't say anything. You know, now the zoo is so desperate, they're coming up with more and more crazy conspiracies. You know, one conspiracy they made about me was that, oh, well, you know, Elias is a clone and the real lobbyist is somewhere else. This shows you how desperate the zoo is and how desperate the saboteurs are. that they're resorting to all these completely crazy conspiracies. They just cannot handle the success that we're having. So I'm very delighted with all that we're doing. I thank you for all that you do. Thanks again, and I look forward to celebrating more of our successes together in Finland. So thank you, Prime Minister, Your Excellency. Thank you, ministers of the government, and thank you to everyone on the Zoom and the people of Biafra. And long live a free Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow, that's so. Thank you
very
so much. Thank you so much. PM, I don't know if you have anything to say.
Yes,
Thank you,
thank you very much, Elias, for that update. We're looking forward for even more better days ahead. We know that we are going to break many walls and many doors.
Yes,
you have done a very good job, and do not worry about what the enemy says and how they will push their propaganda, and it is part of the game. So, you know what we do is that we use them for our own benefit. So whenever they make this propaganda, they promote the activity of the government. And
Yes.
any day they stop the propaganda, we manufacture something for them to continue. I'm telling you, that's the only way we create awareness. We use our media, use their own media too. So while they are busy thinking they are making propaganda, we give them more job to do. And of course, when people go to watch them, they are not just only taking in, assimilating what they are saying, they are also going to look at our own side.
Yes.
And then they make their own judgment. That's exactly what is happening. So that's why when the more they do this propaganda, the more they go down. And they will never understand how it is happening. So people will go and listen to them, and then they will come to us to know what is actually going on. And when they see, they judge, the two, and they will leave them and they run away from them. So that's exactly what is happening. So let them continue. And anytime they look as if the propaganda is reducing, I will do something else.
Yeah.
I am telling you the fact, I can never allow them to have peace. I will bring more things for them to continue to do propaganda. Believe me, the more propaganda, the more the government is excelling. Go and check it. Anytime the propaganda stops, it's as if something is taken away from us. So you must understand that is the only way we promote our own activities and projects through their own media.
Yes, well, I assure you, Prime Minister, we'll continue driving them crazy on a daily basis. Yes. And if I could, and if I ever find this Elias clone that the Zeus says exists, I'll let you know if I find this other Elias. So.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elias.
Thank you so much, Elias. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And I think all of us here in the cabinet knows the role that Elias and his group, the Moran group, plays for us as Biafran lobbyists. And I know one of the things they're going to be working on is, again, all of us here, just be sure that anytime Elias is visiting your state or your city or your country, you make sure you have Biafrans on standby to meet with him and meet with the Congress people, because we've had situations where we're Biafran, we're so busy, we're so occupied and all that. But anytime each and every one of us here, regardless of your country, regardless of your state, and you hear that our lobbyists are coming to your vicinity, are coming to your state, please be sure you mobilize Biafrans to meet go with whatever agenda he set for the day for you. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Elias. We'll go to the next agenda, which is the Briggy. I don't know if Ifatu is here for the director's report. Ifatu, are you on the line, please?
The director report remain a close one. If it is not going to happen today, it is going to be in the next, please. Let us push to the next cabinet meeting, please.
Thank you so much.
Ifatu is relief of any report today because of the confusion in the program. So next meeting, she will give us update
All right.
Directorship, yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, PM. So we go with the next one, the bigger appointment scheduling for PM calendars. Mazi Uche, please. Mazi Uche, if you can just go ahead. Just brief us on scheduling any appointment with a Biafra Prime Minister. I know we have a place where people can request for calendars and look through the calendars. All the cabinet members should be able to go through that calendar and know what PM has for each day, so that if you have any event, it does not clash with what we already scheduled. Uche, please go ahead. Thank you. Mazi Uche, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, COS. The booking platform is meant for us to be able to find a booking time to meet with the Prime Minister, both for events and private meetings and any other scheduling that we might need to meet the Prime Minister for. So at this point, the platform is not subscribed to. We are using the free version, so we do not have all the we are limited to the subscription plan, but that is something that will change very soon, so that we can have it in a more efficient way. So when you check the platform, you look at the dates that are available, and then try to schedule the time that is available on the platform. So, and after you have done that, please also check in with the COS. It's very, very important. Even though you have booked the time, also double check with her so that she can be able to
Thank you so much, Mazi Uche. And again, thank Uche just highlighted every cabinet member here, even anybody watching from the world, anybody that wants to have any appointments, any meeting with our Prime Minister, we have a calendar that is set aside for that. It's very, very important. You reach out to Mazi Uche, who has just spoken, or myself, to ensure that when you schedule your event and you want to meet with the Prime Minister, that you have the free dates and you have the free schedule for that appointment to be made, so that it doesn't clash with any other appointment that the PM has. PM has so many appointments every single day, and we want to ensure that he listens to you and listens to Biafrans and listens to the world. So it's very, very important you reach out to either Mazi Uche or myself to ensure that when you want to schedule your appointment with PM, that appointment slot is going to be open, so we don't have clashes. That's going to help us in the government administration. Thank you so much. We go to the next agenda, which is the participation, which is with me under 2 minutes. And the only thing we just want to highlight to everyone, we have Biafra, the government in exile. We also have Biafra de facto in homeland. And what we are trying to do, we want to give the de facto the independence they need to be able to take care of the activities every single day. And we don't want the de facto to be demoralized because PM does not come to their event, or somebody else in the Brigade Cabinet does not show up to their event. And that is why we try as much as possible to allow the 40 states of the United States of Biafra to schedule their events devoid of the Biafra government. We don't need you to hinge your programs or try to say that without every of the programs you have in homeland, the Biafra Prime Minister has to be available. And that is why it is very, very important. We want to let everyone know the 40 states of Biafra, when you schedule your events, whether it's fundraising, whether it's any meeting, whether it's anything, please do that independently. And just don't say because the Biafra PM is not there for your schedule, you're not going to do your event, please. That is just the point we are trying to make here, because the de facto government in exile, the cabinet members are very, very busy with so many things, including international recognition, international relationship, everything, diaspora events and all that. So when you are an administrator in the 40 states, please schedule your program devoid of the Biafra Prime Minister. If he has the time to attend, good. If he does not have the time to attend, also very, very good, please. That's all we are trying to let the administrators know from Homeland. PM doesn't have to be at your fundraisings, and it's not going to disrupt anything. We have a finance minister in Homeland. You can also invite her, and she's going to in this particular diaspora de facto fundraising. Thank you so much. We go to the next one, the defense update. PM, you say you want us to put an update for that. You can go ahead and let us know what you want us to do in the defense update, PM or the defense minister. Thank you.
The defense has already spoken to that.
Thank you so much, PM. We now go to Matters Arising. I don't know if anybody have sent Matters Arising for this meeting. If not, we have to go to the closing remarks by the PM and then the closing prayer. Thank you so much. I know we have Sister Ugochi. Ugochi, go ahead on the Matters Arising. Thank you so much. 2 minutes.
Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, PM. Good evening, Cabinet, honorable Cabinet members. The only thing that comes to my mind, which I've been wanting to say since we had the children program, I should say I was a bit disappointed from the beginning, because I was called, although Dorothy, I might offend somebody if I say this, Dorothy did a very good job. And when it came to starting of the program, I think our information department should be aware or screen or clean up their desks so that we don't have all these images, because everybody was so embarrassed when we are struggling to log in to start the program and all these images keep on popping out. It's becoming an embarrassment. And for that to happen on a children's program is unacceptable. And these images is coming from somewhere. So people in the department.
So are you blaming Dorothy for that?
No, I'm not blaming Dorothy. I just started by saying Dorothy did very well, but my point is
your complaint is noted. The media team, this is not issued as a matters arising on this in a meeting like this. The media team has taken action on that particular incident, and you can't stop that from happening. But the media team will always try their best to make sure they control the Zoom in a situation like that. So this is not the first time that is happening, and we can't control everything, but we'll try our best. Your complaint is noted. Next person, please.
Thank you so much, Dominica, for that wonderful bringing. Once we have, especially an event that involves the children, we don't have pornography showing on the screen. And I think it falls within the Department of Information to ensure that things like that we don't have it repeated. And every now and then, I know PM trying to explain why we cannot avoid that. But at a point, we have to get to the point where the ministry will be, up to its teeth to make sure that when we have an event, especially when it involves children, we don't have pornography showing on that particular podcast. Thank you so much. So we go to the last event.
This issue.
which is the closing, any other?
Dorothy hand is up.
Dorothy, go ahead, please. Thank you.
Dorothy, we cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry. 1 minute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for
We can
giving me
hear
this
you.
time. Yeah, thank you so much for giving me this time. Please, I will humbly request that we work unanimously in unity, love, and make sure that we work as a team and not having divided attention. For us to really actualize what our restoration in, being happy, we should, as much as we can, work as a team. Let there be no divided attention in as much as every department or every ministry is working for Biafra's restoration. That is my humbly plea. No matter our differences, no matter what you have in mind, if you are for restoration of Biafra, come on. If any department is doing anything, courtesy demands that every hand must be on deck. If you are not, helping by advice, you help by, putting in one or two things, to make sure that you contribute in whatever we are doing. So it's not as if, oh, this is a minister, this is for Minister of Foreign Affairs. It has to be her that has to do it. No, please, let's not look for the downfall of any department if we really want our success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, PM.
Yeah, thank you very much. And of course, like I've said, going forward, there will be no anyhow opinion or comment in a cabinet meeting like this. If you have matters arising or anything, you send it, you write it and send it to the COS, and we'll review it whether you will be allowed to talk or you will present your concern or your question or your opinion, in a private way that it will get to the, to the right authority and it will be addressed. Not when we come to the matters arising, everybody will come and start talking. It's not everything that you will start talking here. So next time, please, the next we have a cabinet meeting, you will send ahead of time whatever you feel that you are going to talk on the matters arising. If it is something that you can discuss, you will discuss it. If it is not, we will solve it in a different way. Not you raise your hand and then you start talking about pornography on this thing where we're having meetings. The children are, everybody knows this is not right, but also coming here to talk about it is also not the right way to address it, and in a manner that it has been presented. So next time you put it in writing and forward it to the appropriate authority, and they are going to look into it. Thank you very much. I thank you everyone for your resilience, your support, and your patience today that we have a meeting for almost 5 hours. That is too much. So, but it is something that we have to do because a lot will be happening. So we hope to be having this meeting in every 2 weeks to cover what we are doing and not to be having this meeting as long as this. At least meeting should last at least 1.5 hours and the highest 2 hours. So we'll come to a point where we'll have at least 1 hour meeting to address certain issues that are very, very important. So we don't need to spend more than 1 hour on that. So I'm looking forward to that. So as we move forward and get closer to our convention, a lot of challenges will be coming, and everybody must tighten your belt because it's not going to be easy. So as the enemy are targeting us, we are targeting them. So whoever first gets the other person will smile, but not when you smile at the end of the day, smile till the end, not when you smile one hour or 2 hours, you go back to cry. Our own is that we are going to smile to the end.
You say?
We have come to finish what our forefathers started. It's our right to freedom. We'll make sure that the killings of Biafra, like they have killed us in the past, it is over and over. The killing have ended. We'll continue to end it and stand our ground where we are today. It is the most priority of the Biafra government, both in exile and in homeland. And everybody must understand that the reason we are doing what we are doing today in exile is because Nigeria is a terrorist state that could not create enabling ground for us to compete with them in our land, for us to show them that the Biafra people have voted and given vote of no confidence on every presence of Nigeria in Biafra land. And with the history since 1967 to date, where we have paid the biggest price of our Nigeria, and in this 21st century, we say enough is enough. So Nigeria will not create the enabling environment for us to be on the ground and compete with them on who the people are with. So for that reason, we are in exile. And we are not going to be the first people to be in exile. We are also not going to be the last people to be in exile. But what we are doing, why we are doing what we are doing today is because of the terrorism of the Nigeria state, the lawlessness of the Nigeria state, and the anarchy they create in their own in their own state. So we have decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created that environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria, where every person from the northern Nigeria is always looking forward for the Islamic State and for everybody to become Muslim. We reject it. You can't force us to become what we don't want to become. We are Christians, we are Jewish, and we are traditionalists. And you can't take that away from us. We have a culture, and what British did in the 1914 amalgamation, where they did not take into consideration the dangerous diversity and amalgamated us by force with the barrels of the gun. That has been over 100 years. Today, the children of these people you forced into amalgamation have risen up, we're educated, we're scattered all over the world, and above all, we know our right. That is the most important thing. The right you created, the laws you made by yourself, and now today we are taking advantage of this law that is for the best interest of our children, ourselves, and our unborn generation. Biafrans, stand your ground. We have come to end the slavery against our people. We have come to end the marginalization of the Nigeria terrorist state. We have come to end the injustice being meted on our people for ages. We have come to end the killings, injustice that Nigeria has, given to our people for almost over 100 years. And that history is being made today, and all of you are part of it. I am leading the liberation of Biafra without fear. And I will stand in front of the enemy until the end, when the whole world will know that indeed Gandhi has one head. The world will know that Mandela has one head, and Simon Ekpa have one head as well. Just like every one of you. I am here to end the suffering of Biafra. In a very holy city where I am, where I have been grounded to become what I am today. May God bless you, bless Finland, bless every country that have supported us so far, both secretly, physically, openly, and otherwise. From here, from me, good evening, Biafrans, and airborne to the
Airborne!